A very good morning, students. Today we are going to see about a market structure and pricing, fifth lesson in microeconomics. Okay, a very interesting lesson about the market structure and pricing. So market structure and pricing means it is based on the producer as well as the buyer. Okay, so what are the things we are going to see? What are the major objectives we are going to see from this lesson? So first one, to understand the characteristics of market and how the price and output are determined under several types of market. Second one, to study the nature of the profit obtained by the firm under different types of market. Okay, so now a small introductions about the market structure and pricing. See, generally a commodity or a service which has exchanged and it has two sides. Two sides means one is an demand side and another one is an supply side. Demand side means what? So demand side means it is based on the buyer. So a buyer will be thinking about the product and product quality and the price of the product. And the supply side is based on the producer. So producer will be thinking about the output, its price and its quality of the product. Okay. So this has been explained through microeconomics. Okay. Let us see the meaning of an market. So generally market means what? So market, the word market refers to physical place where commodity and service are brought and sold. So generally where commodity and service are brought and sold. But in economics, so it has been explained here. In economics, the term market refers to a system of exchange between the buyer and seller of a commodity. Besides direct exchange, there are exchange that are carried out through correspondence, telephones, online and emails. So, an exchange between the buyer and seller of the commodity. So, it is a very advanced level. Now, this buying and selling are carried through telephones, online and emails. Let us see the features or characteristics of market. So we have four characteristics of market. The first one is buyer and seller of a commodity or a service. So here we have in a market we have buyer as well as a seller. So both will deal in the commodity or service. Second one, a commodity to be brought and sold. So in a market where commodity is brought and sold. And third one, both the buyer as well as the seller are agreed at the price. So price agreeable to the buyer and seller. And the last one is a direct or indirect exchange. So direct exchange means where buyer and seller will be meeting each other. Indirect exchange means it has been done through online shopping. Okay, so you all know about it is a very well versed and advanced technology. Now we are using this online shopping. So there is no there is no meeting between the between the buyer as well as the seller. Okay, let us see the next one. It is the classifications of market. So market has been classified into various. So first one, it is based on the basis of area. Second one, it is based on the time. And third one, it is based on the quantity of the commodity. And the fourth one, it is based on the competition. So we have four classification. So first classification, we will move to the first classification, that is market is based on the area. So generally the area where the market will be. Don't think about the market means it is considered only a local market where, for example, which is near the school, residential residential area, that is not as only it's considered as a market. So market means it has been classified on the geographical spread. So first one, it is an local market. Second one, it is an provincial market. Third one is a national market, and fourth one is an international market. Okay, so let us see the first one. It is an local market. So local market means what? So it is generally located near our places. So that is called as a local market, where the goods and service are brought and sold. So mostly in this local market, only perishable commodities and semi-durable commodities which are brought and sold. For example, vegetables, fruits, etc. The next one, it is an provincial market. Provincial market arises when the product or service are sold and brought in a restricted circle. That is, all the commodities, that is whatever the commodity which is located at only one places or near the circle. So that is called as an provincial market. For example, provincial newspaper. So newspaper means we don't have a single entrepreneur. We have more and various newspapers which is available, like Hindu newspaper, Times of India, Dinatandi, Dinamala. So many newspapers are available. So all the newspapers which are available at one place, it is called as a provincial market. Next we come to know about a national market. So national market means what? So the goods which are brought and sold within the country. So see here, national market arises when the product and service are sold and brought throughout an country. For example, nationwide market for tea, coffee, cement, electrical goods and some printed books. So which has been exported or imported, which has been circulated throughout the nation. So this is called as a national market. Next we come to know about an international market. So international market means the goods which are brought and sold not only within the country, which has been brought and sold from the outside of the country. It has been exported or imported through all over the world. So it is based on the world level. So for example, petrol and gold. So this is the international market. Okay. So classifications of market, it is based on the area. Under area, it has been divided into 4. So the first one, it is an local market. Second one, it is an provincial market. Third one, it's a national market. And fourth one, it is an international market. Okay. So next one, we come to know about the market that is based on the time. On the base of time. So see here, a very important one, generally we have an 4 times. So this time has been classified by Alfred Marshall. So Alfred Marshall classifies the market on the basis of time, because the commodity which is based on the time period. So we have a very short period or market period, we have a short period, we have a long period, and we have a very long period. Okay, so a very long period, or it is called as a secular period market. So see here, the first one, very short period. See, a best example for very short period, it is an perishable goods. So the perishable goods, for example, milk, flour, fruits, vegetables, okay, and meat. So these are the goods which sustain for only 1 hour, only it maintain for 1 day or 1 week. So not more than this. So that's why it is called as a very short period or market period. So here what happens? We have to think here only the things which is applicable, the timing, and the second one, the supply and the demand. So under a very short period, the supply will be an inelastic. So we can't able to produce goods immediately. So the supply is inelastic, and then the next one, the demand will be more for very perishable, very short period. So that is an perishable goods. So demand will be an elastic very short period. So that is not very short period, it has a short period. Like packed food has a short period, not more than 6 months, not more than 3 months. So up to 6 months we can maintain certain commodity. So here, see here. So here the demand will be more and the supply also will be elastic. Okay. Next we come to know about a long period. So long period which has a time period is more than 1 year. So the goods which will be sustained for more than 1 year. So this is called as a long period. So where the demand will be more and the supply will be also more. So the supply will be an elastic. So under very short period the supply is inelastic. So we can't able to create more, but under long period the supply will be an elastic. So it occurs when the quantum supplied of the product can be increased or decreased to a larger extent. So here the supply curve is very much elastic. So more than a year a producer has much time and he can produce more goods. So that's why the supply is elastic and the demand also will be more. Okay. Next we come to know about a very long period or a secular period of market. So see this, a very long period or a secular period market means that is the goods which stay for more than 5 years or more than 10 years or more than 20 years. So certain goods will be stay for more than 20 years or more than 5 to 20 years. Assume. So example for this, for example wooden chair, table, take an example of fan, certain electronic items which will be stay like a fridge, washing machine, DVD, CD player, whatever it is which can stay for more than a year. So what happens here? The demand is more and the supply is also has more elastic. So more elastic means we have a more time and the supply can be increased to more. Okay, so that's why here it goes for more elastic. Okay, so this is the second one, that is market which is based on the time. Okay, so on the base of time we have a very short period, we have a short period, we have a long period and we have a very long period. Next we come to know on the base of quantity of an commodity. So based on the quantity of commodity means that is market which has been divided into two. One is an wholesale market and another one is an retail market. Wholesale market means what and retail market means what? So wholesale market is for bulky selling and buying of goods. For example, clothing and grocery. So the price are likely to be low compared to the retail market. So wholesaler, so you all know about the wholesaler and retailer. So wholesaler used to purchase and goods bulky from the manufacturer at a low price. Okay, but a retailer used to purchase and goods from the wholesaler. So what happens, whatever the expense which he had did, which will be incurred in the commodity. So the cost will be little bit more because the retailer has spent on transportation, the retailer has spent on advertisement. So certain things which has been, the cost which has been incurred on the commodity and the price will be more. Okay. So see here, the retail market is for selling or buying of commodities in small quantity, clothing, vegetable, etc. Next, on the base of competition. Okay, now we are coming to know about the competition. So we all know about at the world level we are facing an competition. and another one is an imperfect competition. So in the last class, that is, I have explained on the revenue analysis, the AR and MR curve under perfect competition and under imperfect competition. So there itself I have explained about the perfect competition. So perfect competition means what? So perfect competition means where the commodities are homogeneous. Okay, the commodities which are homogeneous and the pricing are likely to be homogeneous, and here where there will be a large number of buyers and sellers. But under an imperfect competition, see here we have different types of competitions here under imperfect. One is an monopoly, one is an monopolistic, duopoly and oligopoly. So this all and competitors, that is an market, a person, that is it is called as a monopoly, monopolistic, oligopoly and duopoly. So this will be continued, that is I will be explained in the next class very clearly. Okay, so on the base of competition we have an perfect competition and we have an imperfect competition. Under imperfect competition, here also we have a large number of buyers and sellers, and the product will be differentiated. We have a differentiated product. Okay, we have so many types, so many varieties of products. So here the competitions will be very heavy. So the price and output will be determined. It is based on the competition. Okay, so let me explain. So what we saw today, we saw about the market. So market means what? Generally in market means where the commodity which is brought and sold. Okay, but in economics it is an exchange. In economics it is a system of exchange between the buyers and seller of commodity. It might be direct exchange. There are exchange that are carried out through correspondent, telephones, online, email, etc. Okay, then we saw about the classifications of market. So classifications of market, it is based on area, based on time, based on competition and based on quantity. So on the base of area, it has been divided into four. One is a local market, one is a provincial market, another one is a national market and another one is an international market. On the base of time, it has been divided into very short period, and it has been divided into short period, very short period, long period and then very long period. Then on the base of quantity of commodity, it has been divided into two. One is an wholesale market and another one is a retail market. On the base of competition, it has been divided into perfect competition and imperfect competition. Okay, so the next we will be continuing in the next class. Okay, thank you students.